Floods and wild weather in Australia. Cyclone-strength winds and torrential rain have swept across Australia's east coast, forcing hundreds to flee their homes, and at least 3 people have been killed. Here's Dwight Baloloy to tell us more.
Wild weather over the last weekend in severely hit eastern part of Australia, claiming a number of lives, destroying infrastructures and households. Emergency evacuation centers have been put into place, as well as non-stop rescue operations to reach the affected population.
There has been a huge low pressure system over the weekend that has caused flooding and strong winds to different parts of Australia, such as Queensland, New South Wales, Australian Capital Territory, and Tasmania. That has caused widespread coastal destruction from a king tide, forcing people to flee homes. Giant waves, cyclone-strength winds, and torrential rain swept 3 people to their deaths on Australia's east coast on Monday, after the storm forced hundreds to flee their homes. Waves up to 5 meters were pounding much of the east coast, including other areas in Sydney, with the Bureau of Meteorology warning of further danger as the storm moves south. 2 bodies were found in cars washed away in floodwaters, while a man was swept off the rocks south of Sydney's surfing beach of Bondi, police said. The New South Wales State Emergency Services said they had received more than 9,250 calls and had conducted 280 flood rescues. The Nepean River in Sydney's southwest broke its banks, cutting off roads and forcing some livestock to look to higher ground. A spokeswoman for the Port Authority of New South Wales State said that the Newcastle is the world's largest exit point for seaborne thermal coal and used by global miners such as Glencore, Rio Tinto, and Anglo American, and was placed on restricted ship movements over the weekend, but did not sustain any damage. Port Kembla, the largest vehicle import hub in Australia, remained closed as the storm moved south. In Tasmania, local news agencies have reported police helicopter and boat rescue mission to search for a missing man at Ozay, while a woman is reportedly missing at Latrobe. An unprecedented 7-river flood warnings was put in place, and evacuation centers have been immediately set up at Devonport, Wynyard, Deloraine, and Launceston. More than 100 roads are closed across the state, including parts of Buzz Highway. Up to 200 millimeters of rain fell in some parts of Sydney in just 24 hours. Australia is prone to extreme weather events such as flooding, tropical cyclones, and bushfires.
Reporting from Melbourne, Australia for EBC International, this is Dwight Baloloy and I am 1 with 25.